Jason Statham. Jason Statham at 58, the tragedy behind the fame, is far heavier than any fight scene you have ever watched him survive. Jason Statham has spent decades being the man the world expects to be unbreakable. But what most people never see is the weight he carries every single day behind the controlled stare, behind the clenched jaw, behind every stunt that makes audiences hold their breath, is a man who has walked through pain that goes far beyond the screen. Jason Statham was not born into power or comfort. Jason Statham grew up learning the world the hard way through days filled with struggle and nights where he wondered if his dreams would ever become real. Jason Statham knew early that life was not going to give him anything for free, so he worked harder than anyone around him, taking jobs that barely paid enough to survive, just trying to help his family and hold on to something bigger than his circumstances. Jason Statham spent years training his body to become a world-level diver, pouring everything he had into the dream of representing his country and proving that a kid with nothing could rise. Jason Statham sacrificed his youth to that dream. Every sunrise jump, every aching muscle, every bruise, and every moment of doubt shaped him into a fighter long before he ever stepped in front of a camera. But Jason Statham did not reach the Olympic level, and when that dream collapsed, everything inside him collapsed with it. Jason Statham had to face the painful truth that the thing he had built his identity around was gone, and he was left standing at the bottom with no clear path forward. Jason Statham could have given up, many do, after a fall that hard, but he refused. Jason Statham turned pain into fuel, but the cost of doing that left scars. That time never softened. Jason Statham spent years hustling, selling items on the street, struggling to keep money in his pocket and hope in his heart, wondering how many more years he could keep fighting without seeing progress. And the world around him did not believe in him. People said he was wasting his time, that his dreams were unrealistic, that he should just settle. But Jason Statham did not settle. He pushed forward blindly, sometimes desperately, because he refused to let life break him twice. Jason Statham finally got noticed, not because he got lucky, but because someone saw the raw authenticity in him, something Hollywood did not know it needed. Jason Statham entered a world designed to crush people like him. Hollywood was not kind. It did not welcome him with applause and open doors. Studios said he didn't look like a leading man. Casting directors told him he was too harsh, too real, too different from what audiences expected. Jason Statham listened to every rejection and turned them into fuel because he knew that were genuine. Jason Statham started building a career from the ground up, stunt by stunt, broken bone by broken bone, days in the hospital, nights alone, wondering if it was worth it, and every time he found the strength to keep going, Jason Statham did almost all his own stunts. Not because he wanted glory, but because he felt a responsibility to the viewers who invested their time and hearts into his work. Jason Statham risked his life repeatedly for authenticity, something few actors are willing to do. Jason Statham nearly died doing a stunt when a truck malfunctioned, and he plunged into deep water, trapped and fighting for breath. And in those seconds, everything disappeared. No cameras, no crowds, no fame, just survival. Jason Statham emerged alive, but something changed forever inside him. Jason Statham realized how thin the line is between living and leaving this world behind. Jason Statham still wakes up feeling the echoes of that terror, understanding every day could be his last if something goes wrong on set. Jason Statham also carries emotional wounds, ones he does not speak about publicly because strength has become his armor. But armor gets heavy. Jason Statham has lost friendships along the way, sacrifices made for career momentum that left empty seats at family tables and silence where connection once lived. Jason Statham has experienced the loneliness that fame brings, where crowds cheer, but nights are quiet, where everyone knows your name, but few truly know you. Jason Statham, at 58, is facing the hardest chapter of his life because now the body that once seemed unstoppable reminds him daily of everything it has endured. Jason Statham lives with pain from old injuries that never fully healed. Pain that follows him every time he wakes, every time he moves, and every time he steps back in front of a camera. Jason Statham has to fight not only physical battles, but the fear that time is running out. The fear that Hollywood will move on to younger faces, stronger bodies, fresher talents, and leave his name behind. Jason Statham wonders how much longer he can carry the weight of being the man the world expects to be invincible. Jason Statham has built a legacy of toughness, but the tragedy is that few people ever ask how he actually feels inside. Jason Statham is haunted by the question of whether all the sacrifice was worth the cost. Because awards fade, applause fades, roles fade, but the pain remains. Jason Statham has faced the heartbreak of watching people walk away from him because the spotlight is bright, but it burns everything close to it. Jason Statham learned the hardest lesson of fame, that success cannot protect you from loneliness. Success cannot heal old wounds. Success cannot fill the spaces where real human connection should be. Jason Statham knows what it is to break on the inside, while the outside looks unshakable. Jason Statham understands the dark hours when you sit alone wondering if the world would even notice if you stop fighting. Jason Statham knows what it is to be tired, not just physically, but soul deep. Tired from a lifetime of proving yourself over and over again. Jason Statham has lived a life where pain has followed every victory and silence has followed every crowd. Jason Statham stands today at 58, reflecting on everything he has lived through, the battles that no script ever shows, the losses that no camera records, and the truth that even the strongest heroes cannot outrun time. Jason Statham has learned that strength is not measured by how hard you hit, but by how many times you rise when life hits you harder. Jason Statham is a reminder that behind every legend is a human being, made of the same fragile pieces as the rest of us. Jason Statham wants you to understand that if you feel broken, if you feel tired, if you feel unseen, you are not alone, because even the strongest fall, even the toughest bleed, even the heroes cry. Jason Statham stands today carrying every scar, every regret, every triumph, every loss. And he keeps going, not because it is easy, but because stopping would mean letting life defeat him. Jason Statham is still fighting, still pushing, still searching for meaning in a world that demands more than any one person should ever have to give. Jason Statham's journey is heartbreaking, but it is also inspiring because it shows that survival itself is victory. Jason Statham, and if you are still listening right now, I want to say thank you for staying with me through this story. Thank you for caring about the human being behind the action hero. And if you want more powerful stories like this, make sure you support this channel. Don't leave without doing it. Take a second. Right now, hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications and help this community grow. Your support means everything. Is subscribed to my YouTube channel.